Happy New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
For all of you that had goals, that you made excuses why you didn't reach them, yeah, today's the day you get to realize that you failed. But guess who didn't fail this year?
Me.
Heather.
Hello.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
It has.
So.
Well, yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. I mean, yeah. But besides that, before that, it's probably been over a year, would you say?
I think it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a couple years.
You aged well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm going backwards.
Yeah. You're getting younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So New Year's Eve is more like old years.
Yeah.
Getting
something
getting
like
younger,
that. Yeah.
backwards. Okay, so let's talk about, because a common thing that people like say is, because I run a lot, and that's basically the only time people watch my videos. So even though like it's like this intimidating idea of like I'm recording something right now, no one fucking watches this. Like if I'm not shirtless.
I watch them.
Do you really?
I watch them. You and Chelsea
in the Dominican
DR.
Republic. Yeah, exactly. It's like we have like the jungle behind us, and it's like people are like, well,
sometimes I watch your running ones, but they
I bet you
make me feel super lazy.
I bet you do. Yeah, that's the whole point. Especially when I'm like, hey, you could not be a piece of shit also. It's like
I watch them from my couch with a snack.
And do you feel and then just like immediately feel good about your choices, like that, because I'm like
at least I'm not running.
Yeah, at least I'm not running. Everything else seems better.
Yeah.
But I think I thought about you this morning because I run, and I have gotten older, and like everything that I was told like as a young person, basically by all the people, has been not true. They're like, oh, once you hit 25, that's when your metabolism slows down, you'll get fat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, once you hit 30, that's when your knees go bad. Oh, once you get 35 and then 40. And so I forget the thing that all these people are like, oh, once this happens, life is going to suck.
Totally.
Like a lot of people are there, right?
Yeah.
And you were there because so talk about. Like,
I think it's really bad for women too, because
why is
I think that we get told that like because of our hormones, we can't be healthy. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Full stop.
Once you get older, yeah.
Like once your hormones change or once your metabolism slows down, you'll never lose like 10 pounds. I have like 80 pounds to lose. So to hear that I'll never lose 10 pounds is super discouraging.
Right?
Super discouraging.
It's like, well, why try?
And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Of course I'm not going to lose 10 pounds because I don't think I can, because I have hormones and my hormones are changing. So life is over.
Life is over.
And that's really super unfair, especially I think like women, hormones are a thing our whole life.
Right.
Like starting at 9, 10 for some of us until forever.
Yeah.
So it's super discouraging.
And like what kind of identity crisis goes through that? Like as far as like you go from like being a kid to being a young woman to then being like a sex kitten for a bit, which I know you were.
Well, I think the whole thing for women is like, I mean, I think a lot of it is really ingrained in having children. And I think like that's your purpose. And some women don't ever choose to have children. Some women can't have children, even despite wanting to. Some women are like me who think they can't have children, and then all of a sudden they have like a miracle, you know?
I know, which is funny because we have so many people that begin chiropractic care.
Oh, yeah.
And they tell me I can't get pregnant. And then one of the running jokes is, and you were one of these people, right?
Oh, totally.
And one of the running joke was I was getting these girls pregnant because I have so many that were like told that they could not get pregnant. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you started seeing Dr. Devin, and all of a sudden so you get pregnant.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I mean, I adopted a child, and you know, I was taking care of my health, and I did get pregnant. And then my child was like a huge miracle. But then, like when your hormones,
such a blessing right after you adopted a child.
I know, literally the month he moved in, like the crazy. But then I do think that there's just a lot of pressure in being a woman, because a lot of your identity is wrapped up in that, whether you are a mother or not. Right. And that can be, again, it can be kind of discouraging. Yeah.
Yeah. So then over this last year, you're like, oh, hell no, I'm making a change.
Oh, I've been so healthy. Every time I make a healthy change, it's like, oh, look what's wrong. Right. Look what's wrong. You know, like like in 2021, I quit smoking cigarettes after like a long time of doing that, and immediately felt terrible.
Which is kind of like, now it's like one of those things where it's like, well, I'm supposed to feel better when I get healthier.
Well, and it had nothing to do with quitting the cigarettes.
Right.
It was that I removed something that was distracting me from my health.
Coping mechanism.
And then I was able to see all of these other areas that I needed to work on.
Yes.
And I feel like that's kind of what's been happening with me. I got injured a year and a half ago. I got plantar fasciitis.
Yes.
And it was terrible. Like I I went to the ER. I thought my foot was broken.
By the way, this whole time, Heather's not getting adjusted. I left the country, and all of a sudden, she didn't come into my office anymore.
Totally.
She felt abandoned. She hasn't said it, but it's there.
Yeah, the DR is very far for driving to get an adjustment.
Well, I invited you to come down.
I know. That's true. The logistics are a little tricky.
We'll work that out this year.
Maybe.
The year, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So anyway, I started doing physical therapy.
So let's back it up, though.
Yeah.
Because you were like, okay, which, was it both feet or one foot?
It was this foot, my right foot.
You're like,
not even the one that's on the same side as my problem now.
Interesting, right? So so you're like, do you want to tell the story of how, like, the extreme sport that you were doing in order to get your plantar fasciitis? You don't want to talk about that? You were just walking.
I was walking, but I walked like 5 miles to impress a man.
Yeah, to impress a man. You did. You heard us. You were honest. It
wasn't.
Did it work?
No.
It didn't work.
It didn't.
Okay,
it was weird. I actually had to stop walking with him after that because my foot was messed up.
If there's like a sign that God's like, this
I was going to say, divine intervention, perhaps.
Perhaps. So you get plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
You start doing PT. PT gets in there. They break up the scar tissue. They're great. They start working on you. They start then motivating you.
Lifting weights 3 times a week, getting really strong. The scale is not moving a lot, but my body is changing. I lost like 3% body fat.
That's significant.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was the best. Yes. And I felt really, really good.
Yes.
And then summer happened.
And I
got off track.
Little lapse in activity.
Lapse, and then I got in a car accident.
You got in a car accident, big trauma.
Yeah, and then I just didn't want to work out. When you don't feel good, you don't want to do anything.
That's the cycle, right?
I don't want to jump ahead too much, but like before yesterday, I didn't want to do anything.
No doubt.
Like I didn't even want to come here and see you, right? And then yesterday when I left here, I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, I still am a little bit limited because it was just like 1 day of adjusting, but
we were jumping way ahead. We got I mean, this is like, you think of like videos are like foreplay, right? You don't just jump to the finish, all right? Gotcha. It's not going to be a strong finish if you do that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're taking these guys on a journey, okay?
Okay. A journey they did not ask.
Because they're like, oh, this is going to be that's right. They didn't ask for it. They wanted it.
Okay.
They wanted it.
Okay.
This is another video about how chiropractic's great.
Oh my gosh.
Because really, like, you were doing healthy things. You were feeling good.
It was feeling really good.
You had a trauma. You had a car accident. But you got bounced back, and then like one day, all of a sudden you just wake up, and then what was happening within your body?
Yeah, it was really weird. I thought that I slept on it wrong.
On what?
On my knee.
Your left
knee.
knee.
So like, my left knee.
So right plantar fasciitis, left knee.
Correct.
Yeah. Right plantar fasciitis, all better. Gone. Doesn't even bother you.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
My plantar fasciitis, like, it healed super quickly once I started moving my body, for sure.
Yes. So you're like, at this point, you're like, I'm feeling good about my life. I'm making healthy choices. Totally. And then you sleep. You didn't do anything crazy.
I did nothing.
And you just wake up.
Yeah, I woke up and I just thought it was stiffness. Because I have stiffness in like varying joints. Mm-hmm. It's never, I always joke that it's like, they never gang up on me. It's never 2 joints in one day.
Well, that's the thing. I've noticed, like, the demons inside our body just try to get out and they get stuck. Yeah. It's like, gotta let them out.
So I woke up with this knee and I tried to ignore it. Like, I called my physical therapist because I had a gym appointment that day.
Stiffness, is pain? Is it swollen at all at this
point? It wasn't bad. No.
Okay.
It was just like, I could tell it wasn't right, and it was tender when I stepped.
Yeah.
And that's hard. I live in a house with like tons of stairs, and I have 2 little kids, and I'm on my feet as a teacher all day. Yep. So
standing and walking, important.
Well, and the thing with this knee that's weird is that the things that hurt the most is like slightly turning. Like, it's just a little movement.
It's like debilitating too.
Yeah, like walking hurts, but like turning makes me want to start sobbing. Yeah. Like, just reaching over to my right. Yes. So it's weird. So I totally ignored it. I called the gym. I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it in today. And I've been feeling really bad because most of the fall it's been like, oh, I can't come because this hurts, or oh, I have this appointment, or I've just been backing out of the gym 1 day at a time. Right. Since like October, probably, maybe September.
That's why my original video description was... It makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. So immediately my physical therapist was like, you need to go see a doctor. Yeah. And I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to do that. Right. Okay, thanks for the advice. You know, I'm not going to go see a doctor. I don't have a lot of, I have a lot of respect for doctors. My dad was a doctor.
You see the shortcomings of it. Yeah. And when you're not like, I just don't want to be put on drugs, like.
Totally. Yeah. Or I don't want to go to the walk-in clinic and have an x-ray that somebody misreads and then gives me massive anxiety for days until I can go see a specialist. Because that's what ended up happening with this one. Yes. So I put it off for 5 days. I kept it iced. I kept it elevated. I was
Getting worse,
nothing
getting better,
done.
getting worse, getting better.
No, it was probably worse or about the same.
Okay.
I think it was honestly about the same, but I have only so long that I can tolerate pain. And then I'm like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And it was at a birthday party. So I took my kid to a birthday party, and because of the pain, I hadn't picked up a present. So I dropped him off at the party. I went and bought like a Roblox card. I had to go to the dollar store and buy something to wrap it in a card. Like I had to make just 2 stops and then drive back to the birthday party. And then when I walked into the birthday party, people could see in my face the pain.
Right.
Like to the point that this lady got out of her chair and offered it to me. And I wasn't even complaining.
It was
all over
watching
my
you
face.
walk yesterday it was sad.
It was sad. And I show it on my face.
It's kind of like when you see a puppy that's sad. It's like, I just want to hold you.
Yeah, I'm pretty pathetic.
Everyone is.
And I was super pathetic at this birthday party. And when we got done at the party, we drove straight to the walk-in clinic.
It's like that.
And
was your
for
point.
me to go to a walk-in clinic, like stuff's dire.
Right.
It's dire.
And it's amazing because I saw it yesterday and it was real swollen.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that swollen when I went to the walk-in clinic.
Wow.
Yesterday was significantly, well, I'll get to it.
Okay.
But it was significantly worse.
Now I'm jumping ahead. See,
Yeah,
I get excited.
slow
I get excited.
down,
You know, I do it.
Devin.
That's
They want a
That's what
story.
like yesterday was an example of that. I get like into it a little bit, a little too aggressive.
He's a little bit excitable.
Yeah.
So I went to the walk-in clinic. Like seriously, you guys, I cannot stress to you like how
just like,
if I've gone to a walk-in clinic, I mean it's a big deal. It's
low.
a big deal.
You're low. Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Done.
You're desperate at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And so they took a picture of it, and of course the doctor was like, "Oh, it's a torn meniscus. My husband has a torn meniscus." And I was like the X-rays hadn't even developed.
And you can't diagnose an MRS. And by the way, if you want to know the stats, 96% of people have torn meniscus and they're asymptomatic.
Well, and then I started freaking out.
Right,
Of course, she leaves the room. So what does any normal American do?
Yes.
Google torn
meniscus. Yeah.
meniscus
Surgery.
here. Oh, that's it. I'm done. Never
By
walk.
the way, you want to look at the success rates of surgery? It's equivocal to placebo, with the surgery being worse on more probable not basis.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, because right now, like they're medical doctors are cashing in on meniscus. I know 3 people that got meniscus surgeries.
Gosh.
And it's like, was a big study where it's like they laparoscopically like put the tubes in, and it was like those people like had better results. Like just the idea of like, oh, you fixed it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think the adrenaline from the fear help takes the pain away.
Well, that's
like the anxiety. Like
now I'm gonna get knee surgery.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's like having someone kick me in the other knee so this knee feels better. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
So then she comes in, she goes, "Oh, the x-rays came back.
Yeah.
You don't have a meniscus tear."
You can't diagnose a meniscus on an x-ray, by the way.
No.
Okay.
No.
You know this. Okay.
Yeah. She didn't even see
the health professional. You paid money for her opinion.
She didn't even see the x-ray. She just, her husband had it. Her husband had it. And he had the same pain look on his face, I guess. I don't really know.
This is why it's hard to ask people for help, isn't it?
Yeah, this is why I didn't like to go to begin with. This is why I didn't want to go, because I could have given myself
It almost
opinion.
feels like being lied to a little bit.
It does.
It feels
gaslit
like you
is the word.
You want to have a relationship, and they are simply.
I honestly feel gaslit every time I go to the doctor's office.
Of course you would, because you're a woman. What do you know?
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, be quiet. I'm on live right now.
Yeah. So see, I'm gonna see how much I can prod and get Heather to swear at me. Can you get an elementary school teacher to yell at you?
Maybe.
Yes, I can.
So anyway, then she comes back. She goes, "Oh, it is a patellar subluxation, something or other.
Okay.
So dislocated kneecap."
Yes.
And that made more sense to me because when I walk, it clicks and slides and it feels like the kneecap is moving and blah, blah, blah. So then I really got freaked out because I was like, oh, you know what's going to happen is I'm going to keep going on with my life like I have been, and I'm going to make it worse. Like it's partially dislocated.
Yes.
So I'm going to fully dislocate it. So I braced up. I mean, I did go to work. I took 2 days off of work. And the truth is, like, I can work through the pain. I've got to work.
You got to work.
I have 12 sick days a year for 3 people.
Yes.
That's it.
Because it's not just you. It's like if your kids get sick.
It's me and my kids, and we don't have a bank of it because it's been just me and my kids for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So, and kids get sick, so you use sick days.
And like before, it was like before COVID, it was like, send your kids sick, but now it's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah. So.
Who's this person walking up the stairs like this? That's Susan Lee. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Okay, keep telling your story. I'm going to adjust Susan.
Okay, so you're just going to leave me here
I'm
on
going to be right.
Facebook
I'm gonna
Live
be right
and
over
not
here.
ask me questions?
I'm going to ask you questions.
Hi.
So you go.
Okay.
You brace up.
Yes. Okay, so then I take 2 days off of work. And then I don't know, somehow I get to an orthopedic doctor because that's what the walk-in clinic said. So I go to an orthopedic surgeon and they say, oh, it's not a patellar subluxation or whatever. It is arthritis. And they showed me on the x-ray that where it looks like the kneecap is dislocated is actually a bone spur. So it looks like it's off to the side, but it's not. It's a bone spur. And so the response is we'll drain the fluid, which, by the way, you did yesterday.
I didn't. No, I didn't. We're jumping ahead right now.
Okay, sorry.
It's like, because the thing is, I realized is we live in a world of like belief systems, right? Because like where you come in, you know the medical system, you know that they're what I call lying, also called gaslighting. But really, what it comes down to is like it's information that's not really that good, right? So I want to walk people down the thing so they can understand exactly what's going on, because that's the thing. It's like for me, like it's like, of course Devin runs and his knees are good because he's this God has a direct connection to him. But really, like you have gone through this journey now, and I want to share exactly the mechanism so people like are empowered within themselves, right?
I have to tell you too,
it's not me.
What it felt like when they told me that it was arthritis, bone-on-bone arthritis at 49.
Yeah.
I mean, they did try to like make me feel
They
better.
like that phrase, bone on bone, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
And they showed me, but the doctor wanted me to feel better, so he showed me the x-ray of a 29-year-old man who had it worse than me.
Okay.
But all I thought was, look at this, Heather. You're fat. You don't take care of yourself. And that is why you're suffering.
Yeah.
But I'm actually not. I mean, like, I could lose some weight, but I'm not like, I don't know. I don't think that's what caused it, honestly. I don't think it helps it.
So we can break down the facts. So what do we know right now? We'll gather information. So arthritis means that there's like osseous formations within the joint.
Okay.
Which is indicative of...
Yeah, they didn't explain any of this. So tell me, because I'm
Pokey
hearing
bits.
it for the
You have
first
pokey
time,
bits,
basically.
right? Pokey bits that stick out. And what causes them is inflammation, okay? So what inflammation is caused by is the lack of being able to pump and then retrieve fluid. Okay, so fluid goes in, fluid comes out. So inflammation simply means that fluid is no longer moving.
Okay.
So stagnation of fluid.
That's why my knee was getting so huge?
Yes, correct. So, and really what the bone spurs show is they show how long this process is going on for. So the arthritis isn't the cause of your pain, because the arthritis didn't show up one morning when you woke up and you're like, oh my God, my knee is swollen.
Right.
Like it wasn't like, oh, now the arthritis is there. That's been building up for years. So it's not the cause. It's more of a sign of how long something has been going on for. And the better piece of information to wrap your mind around is that, again, going back to meniscus, like the stats are so high of MRIing people with no symptoms of their knees and seeing torn meniscuses, right? And so it's, again, this is the thing that's causing the pain. Actually, it's not true. And so that's the thing that people get hung up on. That's like, I have this diagnosis. That's the cause. But it's not true, because you had that diagnosis before you felt it. So therefore, you can get back to still having that thing, but not having it stop you.
Right.
Right.
He said it was like, based on just what he could see in the x-ray, the damage had been happening for at least 10 years.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down.
But it only had been hurting for like 10 days.
Yes,
and
correct.
But debilitating.
Yeah, correct. And it went from, it's not bothering me, to like, now I'm debilitated.
Completely.
Right.
Overnight.
Overnight.
Literally overnight.
Overnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they drained it.
Yes.
Which was it was
incredible.
not comfortable. It was not comfortable.
But how was it afterwards?
Great.
Yes.
It was great.
How much fluid did they drain out?
He said there was 3 times as much fluid as normal.
It was real small.
And it wasn't as big as it was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Not even close.
Really?
Yesterday was probably 3 times as much as that.
So now let's track the logical progression. So jamming a needle into your joint and sucking out the fluid, not a long-term solution.
No.
Okay.
It immediately felt better, but it lasted 2 weeks. And it was building up over the 2 weeks. So when I say it lasted 2 weeks, it didn't get back to the significant pain in 2 weeks, but it wasn't like totally fine. And then that same day, they also gave me, he just called it a steroid shot. I'm assuming it was cortisone.
Cortisol, yeah.
Cortisol.
Or cortisol, yeah.
Cortisone, right?
Cortisone.
One of them is what causes me stress, and the other one is a steroid.
It's the same derivative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and he said, this will help. It might take, 24 to 72 hours or whatever to like fully kick in. And I can only do it every 3 months because it's really bad for you.
Yeah, like it causes worse than
Right,
arthritis,
right.
which is kind of a funny thing. Like the thing is, it's kind of like if you track the narrative, it's like, what the fuck? How are we believing this, right? So you have this thing
Yeah.
that's causing your pain.
Right.
And we're going to do something that's going to make you feel better, but it's going to make the thing worse.
Yeah. And it did make me feel better. Like,
No doubt, yeah.
For sure worked.
That's kind of like doing cocaine. Have you
But
ever done cocaine? Not going to admit that on camera. Neither have I, but I've heard it's great, and supermodels and famous people do it. So it must be. Doesn't mean it's good for you, right?
Yeah. And honestly, 2 weeks almost to the day later,
Yeah.
I was in a worse position than I was at the very beginning. And it was Christmas vacation, and I've been sitting on the couch.
And how does that like affect your soul?
It sucks.
Right, 'cause
You
it's like-
think, because there's so there's nothing. I immediately got on like my chart and started emailing my doctor.
Right.
The pain is back.
Right.
And I need you to get an MRI and
Right.
see what's really going
Yes.
on. Like, because
Yeah.
this is unsustainable.
Yeah.
And then they scheduled me for an MRI, and then my knee swelled up. Look at it compared to yesterday.
Well, you're sitting in a bent leg position right now, which you weren't doing yesterday.
Look at that though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
look
is-
at that.
it's
It's
significant.
so much smaller.
Yeah.
And so, but I was just literally like watching it
Yeah.
blow up, right? Over the course of like 2 or 3 days.
It's kind of helplessness too, because like I don't have any control of that part of my
Oh,
body.
totally.
anymore,
And
right?
and it's not like I wasn't doing anything.
Right.
Was I elevating? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Compressing.
Were you icing
you
it?
bet.
You're doing all the
Icing it.
things.
I spent some money, even though money is a huge sore subject. I spent some money
Yeah.
on some braces.
Okay.
And some ice packs that are
Okay.
fancy and
You got
wrap around my
gosh,
leg.
yeah.
You know? And you know what elevating and icing it was doing?
What's that?
Making it hurt.
Making it hurt. Yeah.
It made it hurt
Yeah.
so bad. I was
You
like, I
could've-
have to do this. It's helping.
This
it.
is good for me.
And then my knee was just blowing up and blowing up.
Yeah.
And so I emailed and I was like, it's getting really, really swollen. Can we what do we do? Like
Yeah.
this, I don't know. Like what's going to happen? What do we
Right.
do? And she's like, we wait till the 8th. Just wait till the 8th unless it's hot. Unless
Yeah.
it's hot or red, then
Right.
go to the ER.
Yes.
These didn't feel like great options for me. Like wait 2 more weeks
Yep,
or
yep.
whatever. I was just miserable.
And by the way, how is your affect towards your kids during this whole entire time?
I've been really
too?
grumpy.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's
huh?
not,
Yeah,
not having much holiday
It's like
spirit.
happy holidays.
Yeah,
Like, don't
totally.
touch my knee.
Totally. Way more crumpus.
Yeah, kids
than
like want to play with you.
Santa.
You're like, don't touch my
Yeah,
knee. Get
oh.
away from me. Yeah.
We actually were at Arlington. They bring out the Ferris wheel, and these 2 little kids were playing behind me.
Yeah.
Just having the time
Did
of
you
their
yell
life.
at some random kids?
I did not yell at them, but I made my boys stand between me and those kids.
You didn't want to get bumped.
And
It's
I
like
said, please
excruciating.
stand there because
Right.
if those kids bump me and getting into and off of the Ferris wheel, but I had to do it. It comes
Yeah.
like once a year.
Yeah.
My kids love
Yeah.
it. And,
Yes.
and it was embarrassing because you got all those people waiting in line for me to get off that Ferris wheel.
Took you a bit to get off of it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a huge step.
Yeah.
It's a huge step. And it sucks.
Little steps are hard. Big steps.
Moving was hard. Yeah, moving was hard.
Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of, I'd been putting off going to physical therapy because of the pain. So I didn't
Because you don't
go-
want to get it worse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't work out, so why
Yeah.
come in? And so
Right.
the first day, they kind of let me rest. And then the next day was Christmas Eve, and I was actually really sick. I got a stomach bug, so I didn't go to the gym for that. And then yesterday? Is today?
Today's Thursday.
Oh, yeah, so Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Today's Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, Wednesday, you're right.
Okay,
Yep.
so on Monday, I was scheduled to go to the gym. That's the end of my story. Sorry.
Here you go. I'll mic you back up.
Okay,
again.
thanks.
There you go.
Okay, so Monday, I really wasn't down to work out, but I bought some Christmas gifts for my trainers and stuff, and I wanted to give them to them before it was,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
and I wanted to go in and actually have my physical therapist look at my knee because
Right.
I trust him.
Well, yeah, he helped you with the plantar fasciitis,
Totally,
right? Yeah,
totally.
absolutely. What's his name?
Juan.
Juan?
Yeah,
I
I go to RET.
RET. Oh, they're great. Yeah.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah, they are the
They
best.
are the best.
Yeah.
And I've been going there for like a year and a half, and I love them.
Yeah.
And so their idea was to put me in these compression boots, which for like 15 minutes, and then we did an upper body workout.
Nice.
Because I don't want to lose all my progress.
Well,
right?
no, yeah. If you're there anyways, that might
Yeah.
as well work.
So I think the compression boots were good. They helped. And then they invited me back in the next day. That was yesterday. And I did another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that definitely helped.
Yeah, absolutely. Because basically it does the same thing that taking a needle and draining the fluid does. It just forces it back out of that joint.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And so I was noticing the swelling going down a little bit. After that, but it's still pretty big.
Yeah.
It's still pretty big.
I've seen bigger. not to make you feel less.
Well, if I hadn't come here yesterday, that knee would have been bigger today.
Yeah, because it's compression, gets the pressure up, but kind of like the similars draining it. It's like it just fills back up.
It wasn't going to resolve
Yeah.
totally on its own. And it still has a little ways to go for sure.
A little ways?
Yeah, I know. It looks so much better though. It's still a pretty big knee. So yeah, that's what led me. Well, actually.
So then what happened with Facebook? Yep. Because what's you had a word. This is what I appreciate about you. You committed to a word this year.
Oh yeah. Well, last year was Rise.
Yeah.
And
or 2025.
Yeah.
20 was Rise.
This year is Release.
So the last couple days. Oh, well, that's a good word. So last couple days of the year, you're like, you know what? Not feeling very risen.
Well, actually, I was super depressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I was so...
Because you've tried your hardest.
Yeah.
You've done all the things to make yourself healthy, right?
I was feeling extremely desperate. Like to ask for help for me, I hate asking for help.
And how did you ask for help? I'm going to grab my teeth. That's
even when you asked me to do this Facebook Live, I don't want to be live on social media.
Well, it's a
I
good
don't want
thing.
everybody to know.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't. I asked what you didn't want me to put on the video because we had a whole other converation piece that we had planned.
Gosh. I just get easily embarrassed, and I think of myself as being super duper strong. And
so you're everyone?
yeah. Totally.
You're like that? What? Have you seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
And it's like when they're like, wait a minute, you like sex too? So you like to feel strong and be perceived as strong.
I don't want, every time
you want sympathy, right?
I show vulnerability, I don't want pity.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love empathy and I would love help, but I don't want to be pitied.
Yes.
And I feel pitiful when I
can't walk or move.
Yeah, and when I complain about my life or even the words like single mom. Every time I say to somebody, well, I'm a single, because sometimes I feel like I have to point it out. Like,
well, it's like almost like you feel like you should have a donation jar in front of you. I'm a single mom. That's hard.
Like I need a placard.
And then they're going to be like, that's hard. They're going to.
Yeah, and I don't want pity.
I don't like that.
But I like empathy. Empathy's a good. I have empathy for others. I wouldn't mind people empathizing.
Yeah.
And
I think the feedback that you received is that you aren't alone.
For sure.
Right.
For sure. And then I posted a thing on Facebook that was just like, my brother hates it when I do stuff like this, but like a vague booking.
You're like, because I didn't see it. I still haven't seen it. I probably should have gone.
Well, that was kind of, that's crazy that you didn't see it. So I just posted this thing like, I could really use some prayer. And if you want specifics, because I know some people like specifics,
they don't want to feel bad.
They're curious, like, oh, what's going on,
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to like keep it a secret. I just didn't need to post it to like my 1,260 friends or whatever. Like not everybody from high school needed to hear it, but my people that pray, I wanted people that pray to hear it because I really believe in prayer and I really believe in like when you go to God with all the level of specificity that you can get to, he responds because he wants it. Not that he doesn't know, but he wants you to confess what you need and lean on him. And that shows your faith.
When I think ultimately it's like, think of like your kids when they want something.
Right.
You're like, what do you want? What do you want?
Totally.
What do you want? They're upset. And it's like, there's this game of like, you got to tell me exactly what it is you need right now.
Because it helps them identify what they need too. And helps them become emotionally like mature and be able to recognize what their own needs are. Because ultimately we need to take care of ourselves and know what we want.
We're training adults, right?
Totally.
That's what we're training kids.
Well, I feel like I'm training an adult with myself constantly.
I'm still in the kids zone myself.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't think people really did that a lot in our generation.
No, because we're too busy. Actually, maybe it was the same thing because it's like too busy trying to be strong, right?
Well, yeah.
That's where we had to be.
For 100%. That's where we learned it, for sure. For sure. I mean, my mom was super strong. Super. I come from a matriarch family. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those.
I live in one of those. And everyone thinks that she's a submissive wife. And I'm like,
I mean,
my wife.
And I don't know, I love my grandma and my mom, but they weren't quite as sweet as Chelsea. I know Chelsea.
You just know her in front. You know her out in public.
But I know that she's strong.
I know that
she's
keep my
strong
mouth
and
shut
kind.
when I talk to her at home. I get her drink made while she's making dinner.
Well, and I also never wanted to be seen like that, right? So we talked about this a little bit yesterday about like relationships and stuff, and how I'm very sensitive to being seen as a nag.
Yes.
Or as somebody demanding. I'm not a dominating. I don't think I'm a dominating personality. Maybe I don't really. We don't know myself that much.
We can work on that.
But anyway, asking for help. Back to like bird walk. Okay. So asking for help is super hard. So I posted a thing on Facebook asking for prayer.
Yep.
And then when people wanted details, I had kind of like a little email that told them like it's about my knee and it's about an issue I'm having with insurance and I need a solution.
Yes.
And I'm not kidding, within 12 hours, probably less than 12 hours of that, you sent me a direct message and you said in your message, you said, "Hey, Heather, what's up? How are things going with you?"
Yes.
And it was something
after my Merry Christmas message.
Yeah.
Because I just randomly on Christmas, I was like, I'm going to randomly message people.
Yeah, it was like
Christmas.
2 days after that. Yeah. And I don't remember exactly what you said, but the way you said it made me think at first that you must have also seen the post and were asking so you could pray for me.
Okay.
Like that's kind of how I thought it was.
Yes.
And then, so I told you what was up. And then you were like, come on in for an adjustment.
Yeah.
But I didn't really understand that you weren't in the DR when you were emailing me.
Yeah.
You
said you wish I was here.
Yeah.
I was like, I am here.
I am
but I'm like,
here.
oh, I'm just realizing like I'm where I am. Like I'm here.
I didn't realize that you were in town at first when you were messaging me Merry Christmas or whatever. And I appreciate chiropractic work. But I'm also very I'm very discerning and I'm very sensitive and I know what my body needs. And so I haven't been having chiropractic work while you were gone because I need you to do it.
Yes. I have that effect with all the ladies. No one touches me like you do, Devin. I know.
Just cannot have a straight conversation with you. But so I haven't had chiropractic. So I was like, even one adjustment.
Yeah.
Like even one adjustment.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, fine. Well, but first I was like, well, I'm sorry, but I can't afford to invest in myself right now.
Exactly.
I have matching Christmas pajamas to pay off. My kids are probably going to need like something from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid I should be able to walk. You know what I mean?
Which, for those of you who know me, I'm not kind. So when I hear some bullshit like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, what was really funny is I was like, let me think about it. And he's like, what do you got to think about? I mean, you were actually very nice about it, but you were persistent.
Yeah.
And I kind of think I told you this in the message.
Well, it's because I actually care about you.
Yeah.
Because I have lots of people that are like, I'm going to go get my knee surgery. I'm like, okay, see you in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
Right
it's
back
like,
where you were.
Well, it's like.
Maybe worse.
Because I know, like, it's like you are someone I haven't talked to for a while.
Right.
You took the time to message me back.
Right.
And I've seen your road. I've seen the thing you have going on like hundreds of times. And I'm like, I know where your road's going. So it was everything. Like I was anything I could do to honor our relationship. Right. Because it's like, I care about you. I see the road you're on. And I'm like, if I can get you off that road,
for sure,
I'm going to do it.
This is actually really parallel to when we first met. Because when we first met, I feel like I was like 34, 35, or like mid 30s.
Okay.
So
it was like a decade ago.
Yeah, it was a little bit more than 10 years ago because when you were open in Smoky Point and you had the wall, do you remember you had the wall and how long people had been getting care? And I was in the furthest quadrant. I was like, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me taking care of myself for 10 years.
And your kids, right?
Yeah, and my kids too. Yeah. So, but I couldn't, when I first came for care, I was like 35-year-old and hunched over.
Like
I was like,
your posture.
It was so bad. I couldn't stand up straight.
Right.
And I came to you
As we
specifically.
both like do this.
Oh, I stood up so tall when I left yesterday. I was like, look how the world looks different from up here.
Yeah, right. You can actually see the sky because you can look up. Right.
Actually, that is probably what that was. Because I was like, wow, the sky is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's not down
looking
here.
at the ground. Yeah.
But I remember my specific health goal the first time I came to see you was to be able to sit through a church service because my church was in a school cafeteria at the time and we sat in the worst folding chairs ever.
Yes.
And I was starting to not attend church because I couldn't sit through a service. And then you gave me just like a couple of adjustments, and I went to church.
And you're like, wow.
And I was like, life changing.
Yeah.
So then I just kept doing chiropractic care. I think the whole time until COVID, actually.
That's right.
Until the pandemic, I had kind of a big response and I stayed home a lot. And then in 2021,
I like that phrase. I had a kind of a big response.
A
lot of people did.
I had a big response. I was not alone.
You were not alone.
And I also loved being like, I love being just me and the boys. Like I love my four walls. I love people.
Yeah.
And I love doing stuff.
Right.
But anytime I can get really small and be in my little circle is kind of, it's a happy place for me. It's not like a sadness or like a hermit. Like it's a happy hermit, like a hobbit.
Yeah. That's fun way to look at it.
More of a hobbit than a hermit, for sure. And then when you went to the DR, it just wasn't working out.
You were feeling abandoned.
It wasn't working out. It wasn't anything personal, but it was like I wasn't able to stay consistent. And I think you got to stay consistent. I think the consistency is a big deal.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And
kind of like exercise, like drinking water, like eating healthy.
Yeah.
Like everything that's healthy
100%,
has to be consistent.
100%. Yeah. And it's funny how quickly things can change. Right. Just like drinking water. Like if I have one day where I reach my water goal, I haven't had one in a long time, but I've had them before. I brought it. It's like from 2 days ago.
I'm gonna focus on one thing at a time. Right now, you gotta. What's the thing?
Right now, you gotta walk.
You gotta walk. You gotta walk before you can drink water consistently. Okay.
But when you do hit your water goal, and you're like, "Dang, I feel good. Nothing's dry. I can think." You know. And I think that's kind of what I was experiencing yesterday. Was like, whoa. Like my body is communicating with all of it.
Yes.
All of my whole body is communicating. And I felt brain fog lifted, the pain reduced, the swelling went down. Like everything did look like it had a little bit of a shimmer on it. Like it was, I felt hopeful. I felt hopeful.
And if you're up in for it, I would like to record a video because I can explain the neurology behind everything. Because with living in the Dominican Republic, I've been able to do a ton of research, right? Because before, like what we're taught in chiropractic college is like, you get them in there, you have them get adjusted 3 times a week, do that for 8 weeks, you'll get changes. But what I found is way more effective. And what we did is like, well, if 3 times a week is good, like if you can adjust somebody 4 to 5 times over the course of a couple hours.
Yeah, you should adjust me right now.
I'm going to explain the whole thing. Yeah. That's my whole plan. Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what we did yesterday, right?
Right.
So if you're like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm really excited, and you just go to like a regular chiropractor, they're gonna be like, okay, come in 3 times a week for the next blah blah blah, which is good, but it's a different kind of progress moving forward, right? It's like, and that's like in the Dominican Republic, it's like when people come down there for an intensive healing, I mean, it is like life changing because you can literally rewire someone's brain in the course of a week. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got adjusted 4 times yesterday. And the thing is I went home and I was talking to a girlfriend of mine about it. And I was like, to people that don't understand chiropractic adjustment, that sounds like a lot.
Oh, you're going to cause hypermobility. You're going to ligaments and structures.
And I was like, well, it was really like blocks and pressure points. Yeah, like it was really gentle. It was way more gentle than like a massage. Like a massage. If I'd had a massage yesterday, that would have been like, it would have been more intense for my body. Yeah. This was super gentle.
Yeah, because here's the difference. Because really and why I'm like, it wasn't me that helped your body decrease swelling. It was your body. Right. Right? Because like our brain produces electricity. Our nervous system acts like this electrical system. And we just simply overload our circuit breakers. Yeah. So all I do is reset your circuit breakers. So it's like literally that simple, where like a massage, what they're doing is they're finding adhesions, they're breaking them up, and then hoping that your brain can heal them. Yeah. But this is like where people get stuck in this chasing symptoms and quick fixes, because the reason why this adhesions are there is because the brain isn't able to communicate because the circuit breaker's blown. Right. So that's why it's like, oh, I tried PT for a bit and helped for a bit, and then it was worse. And then PT's like, yep, you got to see your medical doctor now. And that's why. Because unless you reset the circuit breaker, the same process that caused the adhesions, caused the inflammation, caused the arthritis is still there. Right. Right. So all we're doing, it's like, again, and it's very gentle, like you said. Yeah. Because it's like, if you have all of a sudden, all the lights in this building go off, and then you're like, well, how am I going to ever get this fan to work over here, right? And then I'm like, I can get that fan to work with this one finger. And then they're like, no way. It's been broken forever. And I talked to my doctor, who I have been mandated to buy insurance so I can afford to see them. And he says, that light, bad. That's a bad light. It is really bad. And I'm like, no.
We have to replace it.
We got to replace that light. And then when it doesn't work, it's like, oh, probably because you didn't do your PT enough.
Right.
They always put it back on you, right?
You know what?
How much did you ice? 3 times? It should have been 5.
I love this analogy because, we had all the floods and the windstorm a couple weeks ago. I don't think you were here yet, but we were without power at my house for like 2 days. It's the longest I've been without power.
Yeah.
And I remember like walking into a room and flipping the light switch on and then just being, come on, Heather, there's no, but like, how many times are you going to do that? And just feeling super frustrated. And I thought it would be like cozy and fun with the kids and the lantern. It was not.
Like an hour it is. Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
stuff was in my way. I couldn't
Yeah.
see it, And then I remember actually getting thoughts about my house. Like, I don't even like this house. You can't see anything in here.
Isn't that interesting?
And I'm like, I know intellectually that there's just no power.
Yes.
And it will be restored. But I'm just like, I just want to abandon this.
Right.
We did abandon our house. We went to we left. We went to a friend's house and we stayed the night over there where they had power because it was just like, I don't even want to be here. It's all dark and miserable. And then the lights came back on.
I'm gonna turn the lights back on now.
And then I
watch this
remember-
magic. I'm gonna, with this one finger, I'm gonna make this spin around in circles and light up this entire room. This one finger.
Do it.
I thought you'd never ask. Oh,
Beautiful.
whoa! Isn't that
Beautiful.
Now, if you told somebody, "Hey, this guy has been claiming he can make a fan spin and a light turn on with one finger," sounds like he just is a charlatan.
Snake oil salesman.
Snake oil salesman.
Do you have my snake oil today? No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were bringing it. Is
Looking up
that like a new drug?
It really did flow. Like, I was explaining that to a girlfriend last night about because we had this consultation yesterday where you explained all of that to me. And
well, that's what the nerve scans are for. Because the nerve scans, the surface EMG thermography and the heart rate variability, it objectively measures it, right?
it was funny too when when we looked at the scans and then you showed me what is coordinated with that area and then all the symptoms. I was like, yep. Well, that's exactly what I'm experiencing.
It's like predictable too, right? It's like if that blows, then that light turns off. Right. It's like it happens every time, 100% of the time.
Yeah. And those things felt way better last night. I slept better last night. I still have pain. I still have pain, but it's so much different. I can put weight on my leg.
Walk up the stairs.
I actually had to kind of talk myself down a little bit last night.
Because you were wanting to do more?
Don't overdo. Don't overdo. So I had to help Fisher clean his room last night. And I was like, okay, you have to let him, just because you can do it right now, don't do too much because then you'll be in pain later. Yeah. But honestly, the pain did not increase later. It stayed the same.
Right.
So whereas before that, if I had a moment of reprieve because I took some ibuprofen or because I was just powering through, then the pain was worse. And the pain was just there. Yeah. It wasn't worse after spending half an hour helping my son clean his room.
Awesome.
And still when I turn, it gets like a little bit of a lightning bolt down my knee, but it's so... I told my friends, I said the pain is at least 50% less today than yesterday.
Well, and it warms my heart to feel because I know that it's like that was so heavy on you.
I needed it so bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And really it's only because we use this metaphor of resetting a circuit breaker. But the thing is, it's like we have 3 things that overload our circuit breakers. And this is not theoretical. The term is allostatic load. And so a synthetic environment overloads our nervous system. And you feel this when you go into any kind of new environment or any kind of city environment. And that's why nature is good for us. And then inactivity, which is like why sitting's the new smoking. And then negativity. All those are just things that are like plugs in our system. And so these plugs in our system, they're still there. Right. So and this is where I don't want to minimize the value of chiropractic care, but I want to maximize how powerful you are, is that when I reset the circuit breaker, guess how long it takes before it blows again?
10 seconds?
If that, immediately. Right? Because you think about a house, you have 1,000 things plugged in. Right. And then you go reset it, the 1,000 things are still there. Right. And so the amount of healing that occurs in 1 millisecond should put us, if anyone has any doubt that God exists, 1 millisecond is enough to undo years of damage and restart to retrain neurology.
Yeah. So I've had adjustments for over 10 years.
Yeah.
But I've never had 4 adjustments
Yes.
in like an hour and a half
Yes.
period or whatever we did yesterday. And it was game changing.
Game
like
changing.
it felt like I'd been coming to the chiropractor for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I knew because of the 10 years of experience with care, I knew I was going to feel bad. I knew I wasn't going to feel worse.
Right.
I knew I wasn't going to leave. Like, oh crap, I wish I hadn't done that.
Right.
But I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea
how profound it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I opened my eyes this morning and was like, is he ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Is he ready? Can I come now? You know, and I'm going to come back later today too.
Shall we demonstrate an adjustment so they can make sense? Okay, let's unmic you.
Okay.
So then it's not like just picking up all the noise from you rolling around. And then I'll explain the whole adjustment. So let me put this guy over here.
I'm going to take my glasses off.
Okay, perfect.
I cannot see.
Okay, so let's go ahead. And if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask or type them in because I can see the comments on this one. Okay, so the first things first, it's resetting the circuit breaker. I'm going to turn on more lights with my one finger. And okay, so the first thing first is it's really easy to identify lights are off, plugs don't work. So the question that people don't often have the answer for is, how do you identify where there is the lights turned off within your body? How do you identify where there is a blown circuit breaker? And the way you identify it is very, very simple. Anywhere where your body is not relaxing or doesn't have the ability to relax. And the reason is, I guess I didn't explain this yesterday because I ended up just rambling on about other random things. But the phrase, do you know what rigor mortis is? Mm-hmm. So do you know what causes rigor mortis? So when we die, every muscle in our body flexes. Did you know that? It flexes in the position that's in because it actually doesn't require energy to flex. It requires energy to relax. Flexing is the resting state. So when we die, our brain no longer produces electricity. So therefore, as all the energy dissipates within our body, all the muscles contract. Because contraction isn't just the opposite of relaxation. Relaxation is where your brain then converts damaged tissue into strength. That's why it requires energy to relax. So anywhere in your body that you have held on stress, when people say, I hold my stress in my shoulders, so her traps are one example. You can palpate right through here. The Richter spinae right through here is another example. And then if you come down and then you can palpate the calves is another example where right here it's really tight and then right here it's really tight. All those spots are simply areas where the brain isn't able to get a relaxation signal to the muscles. And now it makes sense why there's swelling because again, the flexing, relaxing is what moves fluid. So if that whole area can't flex and relax, that's why that fluid builds up. Does that make sense? So now, how aggressive do we have to do this? How much force do we have to use? I'm a little guy, so I've had to learn the gentle ways in order to reset the circuit breaker. Hi, Tanya. And so what we use is very simple pelvic blocks. And so the pelvis is here. So this is what's called the hip bone, which is also the greater trochanter of the femur. And so you push this guy in at a 45-degree angle down through that greater trochanter. And then right up here, this is the top of the hip. It's called the iliac crest or superior iliac crest. And you do the same thing at a 45-degree angle down like so. So what that does is it simply generates force. So force is simply mass times acceleration, okay? So mass times acceleration. So the mass of her body is now on these wedges that act as a lever. And then as she breathes, the diaphragm expands and then contracts, which then removes the interference within these nerves right here, which are called the lumbosacral plexus. So gut issues, I felt really sick to my stomach. Also, darn it, I have diarrhea, I have constipation, whatever it is, it's all controlled by this. Anxiety down the pit of the stomach, also caused by interference within this lumbosacral plexus. And then once the wedges are in, you can feel immediately the calves relax, immediately. So you can't really see that digitally, but it is very, very simple. And this again, for anyone that would like to experience this, just send me a message, we'll get it set up. Because really it is this simple of resetting the circuit breakers. and then getting the brain to then talk to the body in order to heal itself. So then, up here, next to the neck, if I can, let's see if I can drop it down here. So if you could, I'm going to drop this guy down to the side here. So right down here, the stand is a little too high. Sorry, bear with me. So right below the ear, you can palpate down, and then there's little nodules. So can you feel how there's a nodule here and a nodule here? And again, it's simply a tension pattern. And if you think about the neurospinal process as a elastic system, then you can understand if you take a rubber band and you twist a rubber band at the top, you're gonna have an equal tension pattern on the bottom. So you can find that nodule and then count up on the lumbar spine. So it's 1 finger, 2 fingers down. So it's 1 finger, 2 fingers up. And then that is the tension pattern, the blown circuit breaker within the lumbar spine. So all I'm doing right now, you can put someone on the side and then rock them, pop a bunch of things. But really, I think of myself as like a surgeon when it comes to resetting the circuit breaker. So would it make more sense to get a surgery where they cut you open really big and then like cut everything up and then put you back together, or to make a small incision and then correct what needs to get corrected and then have barely any sign that you were there? Like for me, I'm gonna do as little as possible in order to get the maximum benefit. So you can simply hold pressure, and then you feel this guy relax right here, and then it relaxes. And then even though I haven't even touched this part of the body, you can feel now how the shoulders have relaxed, right? And so the reason for that, okay, you can start to understand, remove the interference from the nerves here, brain can talk to it, relax it. But I didn't remove anything from this area, so how did it relax? And the reason is because there's an inverse relationship between what's called this vagus nerve, which is the nerve that allows us to feel calm and feel relaxed and feel ease, and the spinal accessory nerve, which is the nerve that tightens our traps. So when the vagus nerve turns on, the spinal accessory nerve turns off, okay? So if you think of like a colicky baby is a baby that had upper cervical damage, and the vagus nerve is now shut off because it's blocked. And that baby never calms down. It never feels calm. And so now you can understand a lot of anxiety issues is really just vagus nerve disruption, vagus nerve interference. So as soon as I start to stimulate the lumbosacral plexus, it activates the prefrontal cortex measurably with multiple EEG studies by 25%, which then activates the vagus nerve, immediately revving everything down, increase in digestion, increase in circulation, and then relaxes the trapezius muscles. So if you've ever said, oh my God, I just hold my stress in my shoulders, yes, it's true. And then you said, I need a massage. Yes, a massage would be good. But really what you need is activation of the vagus nerve in order to then relax the traps, because they're not controlled by rubbing them. They're controlled by the vagus nerve inversely. So then we can pull these guys out, and then we're gonna flip you over, and then we'll do a neck adjustment. And you can do the neck adjustments with very gentle techniques, but let's be honest, it's not that fun. And then people are like, well, you didn't pop it. What are you even doing, right? So
I like it better when you don't. When it doesn't.
You like it better when it doesn't pop?
Yeah. I like the gentle.
Okay.
But
well, now I'm like gonna feel.
What you did
now I'm gonna be
was
like.
perfect,
now I'm gonna
though.
be
That
now.
wasn't like a
Okay, so
scary
now.
pop.
Okay. Good job. So okay, am I getting consent to manually adjust your neck?
Yes,
Because that makes us feel rapey. I'm like, I love doing it this way, and she's like, I don't like that.
Well, the way you did it yesterday was
Okay.
it popped, but it was gentle.
Quick and easy. Well, and because it doesn't take a lot of force. So all you do is just laterally bend and then rotate. There you go, little baby pop. And that's it. So now we're going to do that every 20 minutes now.
Yep.
And the reason why for 20 minutes is because with the studies that have been done in New Zealand Chiropractic College is that basically that's how much activation. You have a millisecond of communication that you open up, and then the brain turns on by 25% and starts rapidly changing itself. And then, so then after that 20 minutes, do it again, and then
Sounds good.
keep doing it.
Okay.
Okay, no one said any questions. Tanya said hi. Okay, Mallory, good to see you. Dawn, good to see you. Tammy, good to see you. Kim, good to see you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks.
I'm gonna shut it off and then take care of this stud right here. Trevor.